Everybody, and good morning. Welcome to our week number 4 Twitch live stream for my intro psych class. So let me turn this down. I'm repeating myself on my phone. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. We got some sun right now, but apparently we have quite a bit of rain on the way tonight and then over the next week. So looking forward to that, but definitely keep that in mind as we're getting into the weekend. Sometimes when it rains a lot, the power goes out, the internet goes out. So just kind of keep that in mind. Maybe try to get your work done a little bit early instead of waiting for Sunday just in case. But what I want to do today, since we're in week 4, I want to talk about everything we have going on this week, which includes exam number 2. So we will head over to Canvas to look at that together. So right now we're in the week 3 and 4 chunk of the class. So we talked about week 3 last week. We are in week number 4 this week. So this week we are looking at the topics of memory and cognition. So chapters 7 and 8. We have discussion 7 and 8. And then we have exam number 2. There's also, of course, the extra credit, which I'll give you a little bit later. And then there'll be the recording of our live stream, which I'll post when we're done. But that's kind of our general plan for this week. So make sure, as always, that you do 3 things for each chapter, right? Read the chapter in the textbook, read through the lecture, click on any links, watch any videos, and then watch the lecture video and take notes and pay attention. All of those things together are going to help you to feel ready for the exam, understand all the materials that are involved. For this week, as I mentioned, memory and cognition. So discussion 7 is going to be about memory. I always think this is a fun one. This is one that I love to do in person, but since we're online, we'll be doing it online. As always, you have my instructions at the top and then my little video. Don't forget to reply to a classmate, and that it's worth 15 points, kind of all those things that we've been talking about for a few weeks now. But the topic for this one is memory, and you will definitely need to watch my little video because you're going to be given a 28-digit sequence of letters and numbers. And what I want you to think about for this discussion is if you had to memorize this, how would you go about doing that? So let's look at the specific prompts. So watch the video to get the 28-digit sequence you'll be working with. And I also give you my example of how I memorized it, a little like Walking Dead story. And then if you needed to retain this sequence and you have no way of writing it down, you can't record it, you got to rely solely on your memory, how would you hold on to it for a matter of seconds? What would be your best strategy to do that? And what if you needed to retain it for a longer interval, like several days? And there are lots of different methods that we talked about for encoding and retaining information in the textbook. I'm looking to see that you can apply the appropriate one. So there should be a different method for seconds versus days. Make sure to give me some details. So let's say you create a story like I did. Give me the story, right? If you put it to a song, what's the song? I've had 1 or 2 people sing a song for me, not that you need to go that far, but make sure that you elaborate and really describe how you would hold on to it. Don't just tell me I'm going to use chunking. If you're using chunking, show me how you would chunk it. Right? And then the next question, describe in detail 2 specific strategies discussed either in the lecture or the book that you could use to remember content when studying for an exam. And then finally, do you have any personal tips for memory that you would like to share? What strategies do you use in your personal life to help you remember important information? And I can't remember if I talked about it in the video or not, but mine, I always have to find a way to remember like where I park in parking lots. And so like little tactics for that, especially if it has like a number or a letter that go with it. I always try and make up a story so that I remember. Any kind of fun little personal tips that you might have. And be grateful you don't actually have to memorize this, but if you were going to, again, what would you do? If you were taking this with me in person, you would have to memorize it. So you just get to kind of review it and think about it. Though you're welcome to challenge yourself if you would like. Discussion number 8 is related to cognition and chapter 8. Again, as always, you have my instructions and my video. Such a long time ago, like I look all young. It wasn't that long ago, but maybe like 7 years. But one of the topics covered in chapter 8 was intelligence. So with that in mind, I want you to think about the following. In your own words, how do you define intelligence? You can write out a definition, describe some attributes or behaviors that you think of with people who are intelligent, but describe what intelligence means to you. And then what are some things that you can do to increase your intelligence? How can you increase it, or even can you at all increase it? And then finally, the last question, which is the most points of this discussion, the book and the lecture discuss 3 characteristics that a test should have in order to be considered a good test of intelligence. What are those 3 characteristics or properties? I want you to explain them, describe them, define them. You might give me an example of how they work together, but really elaborate on this last bullet. It is worth the most points for this discussion, and I don't want you to lose points when you knew the answer. So don't forget to reply, and then you'll also reply to a classmate, as always, to get those kind of easy 2 points. We do also have exam number 2 this week. So remember that all exams are on the ebook site. So just like exam 1, you will be going to the ebook site to take that. And just like exam 1, I did give you a study guide. So if you click on this right here, it will give you all of the terms and concepts you need for the exam. And this one is on chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8. So everything in this little 2-week unit stretch. So make sure you know all these terms related to consciousness and sleep and so on. All of these related to learning, memory, and then cognition. And as I mentioned before last week, if it were me, what I would probably do is write all of these terms out or type them out, print it and have it in front of me during the exam. That way I'm not trying to find it, because you have 3 different sources where the stuff could be. It could be in a lecture video, it could be in the textbook, it could be in the lecture itself. So if you were to write these out and study them and review them, and then have it in front of you during the exam, that might make your life very easy. And I think people who do the study guide tend to do quite a bit better on the exam as well. So don't forget to review this. This is like your best friend for exam prep. If you know everything on here, you'll be in great shape. If it's not on here, you don't need to worry about it, just like with the last exam. And just like with the last exam, same rules apply, right? So you have 75 minutes to take it. You get 1 attempt, so make sure you're ready and organized before you begin. I would add to that, as I mentioned earlier, we got a lot of rain in the forecast. Sometimes that knocks out power or it knocks out internet. So definitely don't wait until Sunday night to take it. I think Saturday and Sunday morning were pretty clear, but after that, like, we start getting into some heavier rain. We'll see. It might just mist. That's always how it is. But try not to wait till the last minute. Try to make sure you have a good quiet place to take it. Strong internet connection, right? That you've studied, you prepared, you've done the study guide. All of those things are just going to help you. And just like last time, I'll never trick you. So as long as you know the things on the study guide, you should be in good shape. Also, don't forget to save all of your answers. Make sure they're all that like orange or gold color. And when you hit submit, you'll get that score right away. Just remember that it does not come over into Canvas automatically. I will bring that over when we finish this week and we jump into next week, and I'm doing all of that grading. Okay, so good luck on the exam. A lot of you did really, really well last time. So if you did well last time, hopefully you can continue that with this exam. Same format and style, just no diagrams on this one. So as you get more used to my exam style and structure, hopefully you'll just continue to do better and better and better. As always, you will have an extra credit question that I'll give you in a moment, and then I'll post a recording of this in a little while. So for this, I have a couple of reminders for you. The first one is, as always, I'll always remind you of this. Please take a moment to make sure you are subscribed or still subscribed. The free subscription is only good for 30 days. So what you're going to see is a lot of you are going to fall off this week or maybe next week. So if you could take a moment to renew that, like Avery, for example, it looks like you just have the little crown but not the cake, which means that yours has expired. So just if you could take a quick look at that today or tomorrow, I would appreciate it. The other reminder that I have for you is that there will be no Twitch live stream next week because Wednesday, February 7th, is a campus-wide flex day. So what I'll be doing is I will post probably like a recording next week, just so that you have some like reminders, but we won't hold a live stream. So I'm putting that in the chat here. So Wednesday next week, we won't have like a scheduled live stream, but I will post a little video with some reminders for you, just to make sure that you're feeling good about everything. And then we'll pick up the following week. So it fell on a Wednesday, and rather than reschedule, like, it only feels fair to give you that time off. So I will do that, and then the following week we'll pick back up with week number 6 at that point. So if there are any questions for me, there's a bunch of you in here, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is give you that Twitch extra credit question and show you how to answer that. So let me put that up here for you. So here is your extra credit question. It's related to memory. I'm going to put it here in the chat. So this is the week number 4 Twitch extra credit. Okay, so the question that I put in the chat for you here is, what does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? What does it mean that our short-term memory, or our working memory, can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? And so when you're ready to answer that, you'll go to Canvas. And since we're in week number 4, you'll click on optional Twitch extra credit number 4. And then up at the top, you can click on start assignment. And here's where you can type your response. And at the bottom, hit submit. You'll get your little confetti burst and balloons today. So don't forget to keep doing these. These are going to be worth, 2 points every week. It's going to add up. So if you're joining me live right now and you're subscribed, then you're set. If you're watching this later, make sure you're subscribed to be able to get those points. And if you're joining me now and not subscribed, just make sure you put your name in the chat. So lots of options for you there. I hope you all do really well on exam number 2. If there are any questions at all about the study guide or anything for this week, I will hang out for a little while, and I'm happy to answer those for you. Otherwise, enjoy all the rain that we supposedly have coming our way. We'll see. I'm always skeptical. Like, it seems like they predict all this rain and then we get like so little, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of it in our forecast. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. What I'll do is I'll hang around for a little while if you do have any questions. Otherwise, again, I won't see you next week because it's a flex day. So you shouldn't have any classes next Wednesday, but we'll pick up the week after that. So I'm going to minimize my video so I'm not staring at myself here, but I will hang out for a little while if you do have any questions. Otherwise, again, have a wonderful week. Thank you. You too, Chris. Have a wonderful week. I'm very excited, as I said, for the rain. I'm excited for a good Super Bowl matchup, but that's not till the 11th. All good things. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you not next week, but the week after. And I am still here. If any of you do have any questions, like I said, I'll hang out for a little bit. I am still here. Thank you as well. Have a wonderful week. You too. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm a big Chiefs fan in the sense that I really like Patrick Mahomes. But because they've been so many times, I'm kind of rooting for. I don't know. I'm rooting for either. I'm happy if either one win. How about you? Do you have a preference? I mean, I love Mahomes, but the 49ers have been real fun to watch. So I just hope it's a good game. I have a feeling I want to say the 49ers are going to win, but I don't know. Who knows? I don't blame you. They're not my favorite. I liked him way back when it was like Joe Montana, but not so much anymore. But yeah, I love Mahomes. I'll wear my Mahomes jersey, and that's probably who I'll be rooting for. We'll see what happens. And I am still here. I'll hang out for another couple of minutes before I log off if you think of any questions at all. All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week. It looks like almost everybody has logged off, so I'm going to close this up, start the upload, download. But if you think of any questions, feel free to reach out. And again, have a wonderful week.